Monday the 25th of September, the parents of 3 children, 32-year-old Samuel Myers and 35-year-old Sarah Myers, pled guilty to 1 count of endangering children and 2 misdemeanor counts of endangering children. The charges stem from an investigation that began in August of 2022, after a concerned shopper contacted police after finding a 13-year-old boy covered in bruises and appeared to be starving outside the Target store in Niles, Ohio. The tipster told police that the boy was told to blame those bruises on his dog. The boy told the tipster that his parents willingly allowed the dog to attack him as a form of punishment for acting out and stealing food. Police said the boy appeared to be malnourished and his bare feet were dirty. Further investigation led police to the boy's parents' home on North Raccoon Road in Austintown, Ohio. In addition to the 13-year-old boy, a 7-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl lived at the residence. As officers entered the premises, they were met with a foul odour in a home in disarray with urine and faeces on the floor, and a tent where the children slept. Locks and chains were on a door in a closet which Samuel told police had food. However, investigators found no food inside. Samuel and Sarah were arrested and the children were removed and placed into the care of a relative. Sentencing is scheduled for the 1st of November. On Thursday the 21st of September 2023, 42-year-old Anthony Nardini was found guilty of attempting to kill his 24-year-old son with a sledgehammer while he slept. He was convicted of attempted murder, aggravated mayhem and assault with a deadly weapon. The incident occurred on the evening of the 19th of March this year, after Anthony and his son recently reconnected after being estranged. They were staying with family at a home along Lilac Lane in the unincorporated Santa Susana Knolls area, outside Simi Valley, California. The two had been in a physical altercation that had to be broken up by family members. Anthony left in his truck but later returned. When he came back inside, his son was sleeping on the couch. Anthony insisted that others in the home go to bed. Once alone with his son, Anthony used a sledgehammer he found on the property to bludgeon his son before fleeing out the back door. After hearing the force of the blows, family members rushed downstairs and found the victim suffering from severe trauma to his head and torso. Deputies who arrived at the home found a 10-pound, 3-foot-long bloody sledgehammer outside. Medics rushed the son to a local hospital, where he was placed in a medically induced coma for several days, but survived the attack. Anthony is due to be sentenced on the 1st of November and faces up to life in prison with a possibility of parole. He remains held at the Ventura County Jail without bail. A fight at a psychiatric hospital has resulted in the arrest of a patient after leaving his roommate permanently blind and disfigured after gouging his eyes out. At 4:45 p.m. on Friday the 22nd of September, authorities responded to a 911 call at South Florida State Hospital at 800 East Cypress Drive in Pembroke Pines, Florida, after 2 patients had been involved in a physical altercation. Officers were escorted by staff members to a secure room in the hospital and met with the suspect, 34-year-old Ronaldo Bemisiolo. Authorities said that Ronaldo and the victim are court-ordered patients at the facility. The two were roommates and began arguing about a towel on the door when the dispute turned violent. Ronaldo punched the victim in the face and then dragged him to the ground. Once on the ground, Ronaldo continued to punch the victim and rip both of his eyes out of his sockets with his bare hands. Another patient who was walking past the room during the altercation noticed the bloody scene and alerted hospital staff, who broke up the fight. The fight reportedly lasted for about 7 minutes, and authorities were not notified until about an hour later. Immediately after the attack, Ronaldo was seen sitting on a chair outside the room acting nonchalant. The victim was transported to a local hospital with severe injuries. Hospital staff later determined that his eyeballs, which were placed on ice after the attack, could not be reattached. Pembroke police took Ronaldo into their custody and charged him with aggravated battery. He's held at the Broward County Jail without bond. The investigation into the matter continues.